Jushin Liger, he's not a tiger. Welcome everybody to the afternoon news. Hello there everybody, welcome to WhatCulture's afternoon news show, or hashtag good afternoon. I don't know how we did that. My name is Adam Clery and this is Adam Nicholas, and we have a load. Let's not push it. We have a load of great stories for you today, including
Jushin Liger.
He's not a tiger.
He's not a tiger, but he has been unmasked.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun. There's going to be a new #1 contender to the Universal title for the air quotes season premiere of Raw.
Beep, beep. And Shane McMahon tried to sign a former UFC World Heavyweight Champion.
There's also some news, some contract news about somebody we didn't think we were expecting contract news for, but it's interesting. Good afternoon, everybody.
Woo.
Do you want to go first?
I'd love to go first because, as we have suggested, Jushin Thunder Liger, yes, the man who always wears the mask with the horns and the red and everything, has unmasked. And I know a lot of people are sitting there thinking, oh my God, Jushin Thunder Liger has unmasked. This isn't the first time.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
It isn't the first time it's happened. This has happened at least, I think, 4 times in total, including this one, if I'm not mistaken, courtesy of my statistician, Michael Hamford. And essentially, this is... Look, it might not have happened, right? It might not have happened.
Not right.
I'm not being funny. It might not have happened, or it might have happened 4 times. But honestly, having seen the footage of this, it's still creepy as Oh, there's a swear. You'll have to edit that out. I'll find that for you. Honestly, go and watch this footage. It's still terrifying, even if you've seen it on him unmasked before. Basically, Minoru Suzuki and Jushin Thunder Liger have been going through a bit of a thing. They had a match at Destruction in Kagoshima a couple of weeks back where Minoru Suzuki actually unmasked him, technically unmasked him, but none of this happened. None of this mad stuff that happened I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
Because when he...
I'm going to get strapped in for this.
You should. When he unmasked him there, he basically said he wanted the real Liger. Bring me the real Liger. So, in an 8-man tag match between Liger, Tiger Mask, Hiroshi Tanahashi, someone else against Suzuki Gun, this is what happened. It all sort of broke down. Everyone was on the outside. Chaos. Liger and Suzuki are back on the ring. Out of nowhere, Liger takes off his mask by himself, completely by himself, to reveal, and everybody who else has seen this before knows, Jushin Liger. Apologies if my pronunciation is not quite Japanese appropriate, but this, how is it Japanese? Because
not good.
Can you tell me what Jushin means? Because
I don't know.
It means soul eater.
Oh,
eater of souls. Maybe
horrible,
take the page out of Bray Wyatt's book. Essentially, this all broke down at the fact that Liger attacked Suzuki with a flaming, not actually flaming, it was a substitute for the F word, spike, an actual spike, went running at him with a spike to stab Suzuki. Suzuki, fortunately, of course, moved out the way. Spike went straight to the tail. I'm not kidding, this is a pure metal spike. No messing around, no gimmicks, an actual spike.
Japanese wrestling
did not do it. And basically, Jushin Liger has gone crazy. He goes into his alter ego, Jushin Liger, and potentially this could be leading to a match between Suzuki and Liger at Wrestle Kingdom, because technically Liger is on the path to retirement.
He is, yeah.
And this could be
the autumn of his career
match. But honestly, if you haven't seen this, go and look at it because it is mental, absolutely magical stuff.
I just genuinely, I'm sure I should have loads to input on this, but since you just said spike, now I can't get that Alan Partridge out of my head.
I pierced my foot on a spike.
On my spike.
A spike.
Yes.
Stabbed Jushin Liger with a spike.
Madness. But all in all, the big highlight to take away from this is he's been unmasked, but we could be heading towards a very good match at Wrestle Kingdom in January.
I would very much like Jushin Liger to get one big Wrestle Kingdom match. Not that he doesn't get them anyway, but I just think, as you say, winding down his career, you would expect a big Suzuki match.
A legend of the game against a lunatic of the game, but I guess he's now a lunatic as well because he's stabbing people, or at least attempting to, with spikes.
Well,
big fan of this.
Speaking of lunatics, you would have said a few months ago when the Revival were pretending that their arseholes were on fire for promos that they would be lunatics to re-sign with WWE, but that was certainly the story that kind of did the rounds, wasn't it? WWE had approached them about a new 5-year deal, and they had, or they were warming towards it, they were accepting it, but apparently, according to Fightful Select, not the case. As of Clash of Champions, they had still not re-signed with the company. Now, of course, since the burning arsehole incident and them asking for their release in January, they've been made, I wrote this down, Raw Tag Team Champions twice, SmackDown Tag Team Champions, have done all kinds of it. They are getting a bit of a push since then, although you wouldn't say they're exactly pushing tag team wrestling as a whole.
No.
However, certainly getting used a lot better than they were, and maybe this is just them waiting out to see whether or not this is sustainable. Because the weird thing about their contract situation is they are set to expire in April 2020, but we believe that Dash Wilder has an additional 3 months because he was out for injury and they added that time on, which would be a bit weird that. Dawson would
Weird,
leave.
but it would also fit in what we've heard because Jeff Hardy obviously recently has been injured.
same as well.
We have tacked on a bunch of months on his contract as a result.
But yeah,
I almost believe this. Almost. Like
it makes sense given that they're being pushed better, but not like they're not massively committing to the revival. They're certainly it smacks of a company trying to show them we can use you better. Please resign for $500,000 a year each.
I think this is a classic case of they have had it better.
They have had it
compared
better
to what it was. They have had it better. But it's ultimately still not great. I imagine what the revival would probably want to see overall is, while they also want to see themselves taken care of, they'd like to see a division where this stuff actually matters.
A competitive
where
tag team division.
The belts are like as you imagine, AEW will be doing with their eventual tag belts.
Not just a big group of people who can be jobbed out to Braun Strowman as and when they need to be.
And can be interchangeable whenever and have Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode win the belts.
This is bad. Look, I was buzzing when Roode got that title because there was
too.
this whole story about how they're going to want him to go and do something because he's been underused. Great, cool, let's do something with the tag team titles. But in order to do that,
at the
you
expense.
have to do something with the tag team titles, not, as I say, just job every single person out to Braun Strowman as and when he needs a boost. So yes, as it stands right now, the Revival have apparently, as of Clash of Champions, I should say, not re-signed. They might have done it in the last week, but that's not
They might have done it
right.
right now.
God, wouldn't we look stupid?
Wouldn't that be silly? So it's my turn now.
Yep.
Well, I haven't signed a new contract, but I do have some information about someone who almost did with WWE as Shane McMahon was once trying to get a former UFC champion and current UFC Hall of Famer to sign on with WWE. I want to give you a chance to guess, but I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to tell you because we're already pushed for time.
I wouldn't have got it. Is it?
It would be entertaining.
Is it Ronda Rousey?
Yes, well done, congratulations. New game. No, it is not Ronda Rousey. It is Chuck Liddell, who was speaking with comicbook.com, and this has been reported then since by Wrestling Inc. in an interview where basically he said about some time he used to actually hang around with Shane McMahon. I've got the quote for you here. Let me just explain what exactly it is and how it is almost transpired. He said, no, I actually used to hang around with Shane McMahon. Every once in a while, we would go out and party sometimes. Good dude. And he said, if you're ever seriously interested about coming over, we should talk. This sounds funny, listen to this. But, you know, I love fighting, and I love being in real fighting.
I love fighting.
I love fighting, and I love being in real fighting. And I mean, I got nothing against WWE. I wouldn't mind doing that now too. It's just acting, going out and doing the acting. That's more like acting. Those guys, it's a lot of training, those guys. Genuinely, this is exactly how it is.
Honestly, it was a real shame that all these poets who end up in UFC have to, and they're living with their fists instead of their words, isn't it?
Those guys do some pretty impressive things in the ring as far as, it's all staged, but it's still, it's not
Sorry, is
easy.
what's going on there while he's doing this interview? In one side of this, you can see his wife who wants him to go to UFC and make all this money. But on the other side, you can see all his UFC friends. I wouldn't mind going over there, maybe a bit secure.
But
it's really fake.
Yeah,
it's really fake.
Really
Oh god, so fake. I'm a big hard man. I love fighting. Two questions about this.
Yes.
One, Shane McMahon hangs out with people in UFC, like genuinely hard people.
Come on, Shane McMahon hangs around with them. It's a very loose term.
He said we used to party.
He hangs. I don't know if Shane hangs around them. Around them.
Okay.
With them, I feel might be a bit of a stretch.
And so, what was this man's name?
All UFC fans, for lack.
I don't watch UFC. I don't watch UFC.
Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell. You're telling me that a man called Chuck Liddell made his living fighting.
Yes.
Chuck Liddell.
Yes.
He's done it for himself, and
Cool. Bloody hell, it's Chuck Liddell.
Bloody hell, Chuck Liddell.
Almost signed for WWE. Didn't happen though. Last little bit, to tag on the end. One of the things I've always had with that sport too, just because it's entertaining me so much. But one of the things I've always had with that sport too is the difference between my sport and their things. You're putting your trust in the other guy not to hurt you, surrendering your body to him. Like, throw you and hope he doesn't hurt you. In my sport, I'm responsible for you not hurting me. I like having responsibility on my end, not yours. Well, don't worry, Chuck, because if a career in WWE or UFC doesn't fit you, then you can always become the poet laureate.
Almost like getting hit in the head for a living turns your brain into a washing machine, doesn't it? Almost.
He said that, Chuck, not me. And I genuinely think your poetry it's poetry.
Well, Between me and Chuck Liddell? Between me and
Yes.
Chuck Liddell, only one of us is an award-winning poet. So
This is
there you go.
very true.
Speaking of people who nearly signed for WWE, 5 people who did once sign for WWE will be in a Universal Championship #1 contenders match for, and I want to make sure I'm getting this right,
Very good.
the season premiere of Monday Night Raw next week.
Indeed.
Sorry, this
Brand new show.
the season premiere of Monday Night Raw.
Season premiere.
Question, sir, question.
Yeah, see with the back there.
When was the season finale?
Next question.
Right, there you go. I mean, SmackDown you can kind of get away with because it is effectively the season premiere on a new network.
Yes,
you know, if
on
you
a new network.
Yeah, okay. Season premiere of Raw is a bit of a stretch for me. Anyway, the match itself. Seth Rollins will be facing an as yet unnamed challenger, and it will be either one of Rey Mysterio, Ricochet, AJ Styles, Robert Roode, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Shall I read the actual WWE description?
Go on.
Basically?
Do it in your sort of American, like...
The season premiere of Raw kicks off next week with a Universal title match between Seth Rollins and the winner of a fatal 5-way match that will take place this Monday night on Raw. In one sentence, that's 3 uses of Monday, week, and winner, which I quite like. Rey Mysterio, Ricochet, AJ Styles, Robert Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura will collide, with each eyeing the opportunity to clash with Rollins for the top prize on Raw. Which superstar will prevail in the always unpredictable climate that is a fatal 5-way match to advance to a chance to capture the Universal title next week on the season premiere of Raw. Catch Monday Night Raw live 8/7 Central on USA Network to find out. Now,
Very good.
One interesting thing about that for me.
Some of your best work,
Thank you.
Matt. Very good.
One interesting thing for me is that, because it's always an unpredictable match, 3 of those people already have titles.
They do. I wonder who.
I wonder who. Obviously, AJ Styles, the current United States champion.
Yes.
Robert Roode, the reigning tag team champion, or one half of them anyway. And Shinsuke Nakamura, the reigning Intercontinental champion.
Remember that title? that man.
I'm guessing this is the death throes of the wild card who landed the US title holder and the Intercontinental title holder in it. But yes, Rey Mysterio, do we think? Brand name?
I mean...
Big name any Rey Mysterio?
What? Styles, Roode, Nakamura, Mysterio, and Ricochet?
Ricochet feels... I like Ricochet. I know Vince is apparently very hot on him, but he doesn't feel like a universal challenge. Look, basically, it's a hard one, this. He's not going to put Roode in there after Paul Heyman's begged him to give him a tag team title shot. They don't believe in Nakamura, especially not for the season premiere of Monday Night Raw. AJ Styles... they've done that with Rollins quite a bit lately. It makes sense narratively.
It's a safe bet.
And it'd be a good match as well. Especially if you booked it as a winner takes all. But then, I don't know how. Let's see, put Seth Rollins, the recently crowned Universal Champion, in a winner takes all match with someone who holds another belt. Oh, I know, the bar could interfere at the end and everybody could boo the match out of the building.
They could.
It's dead easy to book WWE.
Nobody would actually obviously book that.
Who are you going for there? Who are you going for there, by the way? I think Mysterio. I just think.
Is it all a swerve in general?
I don't know. I just think if they're treating it as the season premiere, knowing that there'll be a lot of like lapsed or casual fans going to the first episode of SmackDown because it's new and exciting, it's on a new network. If they want to treat Raw the same way, hey, Rey Mysterio, you remember Rey Mysterio? He's a brand name.
I think logically, if it's not going to be, let's assume it's not going to be one of the champs. I think it's Ricochet because Rey Mysterio, while yes, I totally would agree, and that's a match I would actually be quite keen to see, actually. Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins.
Never seen it before.
Never seen it. But I think they are high on Ricochet, and I think if you, by that same token, if you want new fans to interact with probably superstars who are going to be there for the future, who are going to be part of this brand new show,
season premiere,
then Ricochet is going to be there a lot longer than what Rey Mysterio is, and that might be a good introduction.
Oh, there you go.
IMO.
Still think Rey Mysterio, but it'll be actually. I don't know why we've been doing this. It'll be broad, won't it? It'll be broad. One final point.
Yes.
And finally, as it's known on these shows,
like some might say, the point of a sharp
of a spike. Yes. Have you seen Vince Russo's paintings?
Now, I was about to say yes there for the sake of this video, but genuinely, it all popped up in the office chat, and I haven't actually had a chance to look.
Can we please put some of these on screen? All right now.
What is that? Hang on, is he actually selling these as well?
Yeah, he's actually selling these.
No, he's not.
One of them's gone for $700. One of them's gone for $400. They all start with a bid.
That's
asking price of $100.
In the bottom corner as well.
Vince, yeah.
Vince.
There you go. What a bunch of schmucks, says Disco Inferno. Yours for the
low price of
$706. Look,
I can draw a better picture than that for $7.06.
But that's the thing. If you're Vince Russo and you can get $700 out of people for that, if I got a cap, I can doff at him.
I need to see these.
I'll let someone at Handmaid's Tale here. I doff my cap at Vince Russo for that.
I'm sorry.
Don't fancy one?
I don't know what. He actually looks like one of his drawings on this picture. I've had to zoom in so far.
Vince, mate, if you're watching, and we know you are, WhatCulture Towers are based right next to the greatest contemporary art gallery outside of London in the UK.
true.
Get your sell over. We'll get an exhibition sorted. Vince Russo at the Baltic. That's.
Can you, like literally, my brain's just trying to process
We are the
that.
men who can make that happen. Give us, come on, the Twitter, the phone call, it's just, it'd be. We are the men. And that was the news, so let us know what you made of it all in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But in the meantime, where can they get you on Twitter?
They can get me on Twitter at it's Adam Nicholas. And before we get your Twitter handle, quick little competition for anybody who can be bothered. Have a look at Vince Russo's pictures, paintings, and see if you can do a better one of Adam Clery.
Oh, that's
There you
good.
go.
Yeah,
Send
and then
them
send it
to
to at Adam Clery.
at Adam Clery.
Before we go, could you just reach behind you there and
Certainly,
pass me that book? Could you?
No promises the audio
I've got a little story for you all.
Give it a shot.
We've just done a load of new
Oh,
hirings here at WhatCulture. We've got some new video editors in, some new writers in, etc., etc. And we were trying to move some desk space around. Not the picture, the book.
Oh.
Not the silly book.
I thought you wanted
And we're
the
trying
picture.
to move the desk space
Just
around
show
to give
the
them
picture anyway, 'cause that's quite a good picture.
Yeah.
Go on.
There you go, trying to get some desk space sorted for them. And we moved 2 boxes.
Ooh, what would this be?
And we found what we believe to be 2 entire spare caches of the previously sold out Development Hell, the NXT story. Now this is Michael Sidgwick's book. It is about NXT, but from right back in its early origins to from when they killed the territory system to them then realizing there was no new influx of talent, to them going to Florida Championship Wrestling, Ohio Valley Wrestling, all the little harebrained schemes they had on their way to NXT, and then the formative days of NXT itself before it finally became the critically acclaimed worldwide lauded promotion that it is today. These sold out because they were really, 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 really good.
Yeah.
We will probably not be getting any more printed anytime soon. Maybe in a year or two if we update it with a new chapter, given it's moving on to the USA Network.
True.
But not until then, not for a very long time. They are
Look how
discounted
pretty
now.
that is as
They're
well.
actually
Look.
beautiful. The cover's absolutely lovely. The inside's great. It's like something like 300 odd pages of wrestling. Brilliant. We are discounting it from a tenner to £8, so that is 20% off.
Very good.
Shop.whatculture for. We'll tweet out a link, and there might even be one in the description as well. So yes, if you haven't got that already, I would recommend going to buy it. It's Sidgwick's magnum opus, in my opinion.
As someone who has read this and is also a huge fan of the golden generation of NXT, as you might want to call it, this is a must-have. Absolutely fantastic. And also, it's good for fanning people. See?
Oh, thank you very much.
Lovely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This was the news. Hashtag good after news. Go buy the book, and we will see you soon. What's that Liger song? That feels like ages ago.
Jushin
Liger, he's not a tiger, but you get me with a spike. Justin Liger, he's not a tiger. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like.
Oh, I'm Howdy. Oh, God.